The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen. Brought to you by Medine's Collision Center in Baton Rouge. Take control, choose Medine's. Grosse Savant Lodge, south of Lake Charles, the true sportsman's paradise. Treads and Care Company in Central, the tires you need, the service you want. Harvey Auto in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you have trusted for years. And Gage in Baton Rouge. Get better connected with Gage. Here's your host, Lee Burkeen.
Hi everyone, I'm Lee Burkeen, the host of the Sports Scouting Report podcast video. We're at DiGiulio Brothers Italian Restaurant, which is a mile from Acadian and also a skip and a hop from LSU's campus. They have great homemade Italian food. Mike Johnson's the owner. I come here probably 3 days a week, at least 2 days for lunch, and the brunch on Sunday, 10:30 to 2, I believe, on Sunday. But we've got a great guest today, Whit Weeks, a linebacker for LSU who's from the state of Georgia, grew up 10 miles from Athens, Georgia. I'm going to let him pronounce the high school name. It's a little tricky name, but a lot of great players have come out of this high school in Georgia. His brother, Wes Weeks, is also on the LSU football team, and he has a younger brother we'll talk about, Zach. We'll talk about his story and how he ended up at LSU. Whit Weeks. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. You're watching the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We're here at the DiGiulio Brothers Italian Restaurant. Again, we've got a great guest, Whit Weeks, a linebacker, a young linebacker, a freshman, an early enrollee from the state of Georgia, whose brother, Wes Weeks, came to LSU from Virginia, the Cavaliers of the ACC, who, guess what, is also a linebacker. And there's a third brother in high school, Zach. We'll get to that later in the show because we interviewed Whit's high school coach, and he actually had a great compliment about Whit coaching him. But without waiting any longer, I want to go ahead and introduce Whit Weeks from LSU. Whit, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you being here, man.
Of course.
How you liking post-spring?
I love it. Post-spring's real nice too because no more spring ball. That was tough for sure.
Tough, but you made it look easy. If you don't know who Whit is, he signed with LSU in the current recruiting class that came in. He enrolled early. And if you're at the spring game, you picked off a pass and returned it for a touchdown.
I did.
Now, your dad was at the game.
Oh, yeah. Whole family was there.
And I've never seen a true freshman linebacker. Actually, I've never seen an early enrollee linebacker get a pick six in Tiger Stadium.
Oh, yeah. That was a great feeling.
What are you thinking? Is that just a quick read, or you like?
So it was play action. So I bit on the run a little bit, dropped out to my pass drop, saw the ball coming. I was like, I got to make a play. And I actually jumped for it, hit my hands, bobbled it, and I was like, I got to catch this ball.
On the run.
So then I caught it and just took off, saw it opening, cut it back, and scored.
How long was that? About 50, 60 yards?
Yes, sir. It was 55 yards.
Who's the quarterback?
Ricky. So he's also an early enrollee.
Ricky Collins, sorry, man, from Woodlawn. But great pick. Whit, your brother Wes is at LSU. We talked about that. He came in the year before in the portal.
Right.
Virginia University. Y'all were teammates in high school. What's it like to be here with your brother, your older brother?
It's awesome. I mean, the year we had in high school where we were both playing, my sophomore year and his senior year was the most fun playing football I've ever had in my whole life. Made it to a state championship that year. And it was just the bond we created that year, really. We became best friends that year playing football. I played Sam that year. He played Mike, so we were right next to each other. And, I mean, me being a sophomore, I wasn't any good. So I knew every time I'd mess up, he was right there to make the tackle.
You're being modest. You're pretty good your sophomore year. But I want to show a picture of Whit, and also he's number 4. Wes is number 7. Wes is quarterback.
He was
quarterback, and you're playing running back and you're playing linebacker. But this is the two brothers together in pick 1. In pick 2 here, we've got also a third player, number 31 is in the picture, and coach after the game, one of your coaches.
Oh, yeah.
In pick 3, we got a picture of you and your brother and your dad after an LSU practice. That's just unbelievable to be here with your brother.
Yes, sir.
But the amazing story of this is your coach, and I'm going to get to your coach later on about his quote about you, but he told me that your high school's 10 miles from Athens, Georgia.
Right.
Now, I'm thinking Athens, Georgia. I'm thinking UGA.
Right.
And your dad played for UGA.
Mom went there too.
So I know Wes is here, but.
Right. I mean, when I was getting recruited, everybody from the town, everybody in Athens thought he's definitely going to Georgia. He's going to Georgia. But then my whole life, I've always kind of wanted to, spread my wings, create my own life. So I was like, there's no better place to do that than LSU.
We're going to bring this quote up on the screen. And I didn't share it with you yet, but Coach Hall, your coach, high school coach, this is a quote about Whit Weeks. I'm not surprised Whit has already made an impact at LSU. He is the most talented player I've ever coached. What you think of that from Coach Hall?
That's pretty cool. That's a great compliment. That's awesome.
Because he didn't coach West.
Right.
And I didn't know that, but he said, I didn't coach West.
This was his first year at our high school.
He's like, I coach Whit. He said, Wes is good, but he said, that was before me.
Right.
But he said, your younger brother, Zach, he said, he's got a chance to be better than all of them.
Hopefully so.
What do you think of your younger brother?
I mean, me and Wes, he's way bigger than we were because he's a freshman this year. Me and Wes, neither of us played varsity our freshman year, and Zach actually got to start a few games this year. So he's already on pace to be better than both of us.
Tell everybody how tall your dad is.
My dad's 6'6".
Good chance Zach's already taller than you and Wes were freshmen.
Oh, yeah. He'll definitely be taller than me and Wes are.
You're almost 6'3".
Yes, sir.
228. You put on some Louisiana food.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your signing day was like 214?
Oh, yeah, if that. I remember when I got here, we'd weigh in every morning, and I mean, on the scales, I'd be 208 some mornings in January, but we've worked hard since then.
Good weight, though.
Right,
good weight.
Right.
We'll talk about in the next segment about the linebacking core at LSU, some of his buddies, including his brother, West. Got some more pictures to share. And also we'll talk about who's strong, who's the strongest linebackers on the team. We'll be right back.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life. Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Hi, everyone. You're watching the Sports Scouting Report. I'm your host, Lee Burkeen. We're at the Giulio Brothers Italian Restaurant. We got Whit Weeks with us, linebacker. Look, true freshmen. It gets confusing when they're early enrollees. Sometimes you think they're sophomores, but they kind of are with academics, and I think that's great. You can early enroll them. I asked Whit about the advantages of getting in early, getting used to that schedule that you have in college compared to high school. And speaking of that, am I right about saying that?
Right, for sure.
Get out of high school early, you get to adjust it to college
Yes,
before fall.
Right.
That's helping you a lot.
That's a huge advantage in my opinion, especially with education too. You get a semester down, don't have to come into fall camp. You already kind of know your routine of get to class, get to football, all the above.
It's an 18-hour day.
Oh, yeah. It's a long day for sure.
Long day. It's good to have big brother here, though, West,
yes, sir,
right?
It is. It is.
Now, speaking of you brothers, we got another picture. And this is a picture of the brothers plus the younger brother as a freshman, Zach Weeks, who's number 80 in this picture. Picture number 5 that Nolan, this number 80 is the freshman, Zach Weeks, who's already 6'2", 210, and he's only, I guess, 14 years old, huh?
15, yes,
15,
sir.
But I mean, got a chance to be bigger than West and also Whit. Speaking of linebackers at LSU, You got a lot of fanatics out there that are excited about linebackers.
Oh, yeah.
They're excited about you.
It should be.
Wes Weeks played your brother a lot
Yes,
last
sir.
year, number 33,
33.
right? Your number's going to be 40?
40.
And then Harold Perkins went to
4.
You got Harold's old number.
Right.
Was that a battle?
Nah, because I just walked in the locker room and that's what they assigned me. So
Isn't that crazy? You got
Perk was like, "Oh shoot, you got my old number." I mean, it was
not a bad number to have.
No, not at all.
So Omar Speets, who came from Oregon State, all-time leading tackler at Oregon State. You think the guy's big time?
Oh yeah, he's a dog.
He's the strongest guy on the team. You said.
Oh yeah, he benched him at most on the team.
440, 450.
Yes, sir, somewhere around there.
What is it about Omar that makes him a little different coming in as a graduate transfer?
He's smart. I mean, he knows the game of football. You can tell he's been playing football for a long time. He understands everything going on out there, and he can really control the defense.
So it's a home run bringing Omar in.
Right.
Your brother West, who's 6'2", you told me almost 240, strong.
Oh yeah, he's a strong guy too.
In the 400s.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of West? I mean, he can play Mike outside.
I mean, he can really do it all. He's one of the guys too who he's probably one of the smartest, if not the smartest, in the linebacking room when it comes to the defense. He helps me out a lot because just getting here, my head was spinning.
Lining up.
Right. I mean, I'll ask him whenever I'm out there with him. I'll be like, Wes, what do I have right now? I mean, he'll tell me my assignment. So it's been a real big help to have him.
Then there's the Hercules Greg Penn.
Oh yeah.
Who looks, I don't know, he looks about 220, but he's about almost 240. You said he's leaned down a little bit.
Oh yeah, he's got to put some good weight on.
So he's 235 instead of 250, 6'2". And then you got some walk-on guys. I want to mention them because I think you respect this.
Oh yeah.
These walk-on guys really.
They work hard.
They work
just as hard as anybody else, if not harder.
So I want to mention Lane Blue from Neville High School, redshirt sophomore. Matt Jane Jr. from New Orleans. Sloan Wright, redshirt junior from St. Thomas More in Lafayette. Seth Marcione from St. Louis, Missouri.
Yes, sir.
Same school as Coach Peoples.
Right,
where he
and
coached.
Makai Wingo, J.K. Johnson.
Look at this. You know your history, man. All from the same school in St. Louis. And freshman who enrolled recently that you just met, Christian Braithwaite, who's from Houston, Texas.
Right.
What do you think of him? You just got a
Oh
chance
yeah,
to
I
meet
mean,
him?
I've met him a few times just being here. He came down for the spring game. We had a good time. He's a good dude.
Now, did he put on some weight too? Because he was like 210 when he
right,
signed him.
Right. It's all about the speed, and then once they get you here,
they get the weight on you.
Oh yeah.
And look, I'm putting another guy at linebacker. He didn't make the switch yet, but even his high school coach thinks he's going to go to linebacker. Kylan Jackson from Zachary, also in the freshman class. He's already 205, probably be 215, might be 215 now, but
right.
Linebacker probably. Y'all need another linebacker.
We need them.
If y'all were running the 40, you and West, who would
easily.
win?
Me, easily.
Is he going to see this show?
Yeah. I mean, he knows it too.
Is it even close? We're just messing with you, brother.
I might give him. Yeah.
How athletic was your dad back in the day?
He was an offensive lineman, so he always says we get our athleticism from our mom.
What did he get up to at one time?
He was 6'6", 300.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Did your mom play athletics?
She played a little bit of soccer, cheerleading in high school, but her sport was soccer.
And she went to UGA
Yes,
too?
sir.
And dad? Wow. That's incredible. Who were some of your dad's teammates? Do you ever remember any of those teammates?
Mike Bobo, Eric Zier.
Wow.
He went up to the Hall of Fame, and he went up to Canton a few years back when Terrell Davis, the running back, got inducted.
Yeah, Denver Broncos.
And then, of course, all of his lineman buddy who nobody really knows anymore.
Your dad will see this show, but what's crazy, I was at Between the Hedges at a game when your dad was on the team.
Okay, yeah.
Because Eric Zier was a quarterback. Right. LSU won in the last seconds with a catch by Brian Kinchin, a tight end.
How about that?
And your dad was on that team with Eric Zier. Eric Zier was incredible.
Yes, sir.
He was one of the best I'd ever seen play the game. That was a heck of a team to be on.
Oh, yeah.
With Terrell Davis? Wow. I remember that game. What a beautiful place, too. LSU's a great place with the hedges.
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty sweet stadium.
We never got good seats on the road. We're always in the nosebleed.
Right.
We couldn't see. You need binoculars to see everything. But what do you like about LSU so far?
Everything, really. I mean, I've enjoyed my 6 months that I've been here. The food's incredible. The people are awesome. Everybody's nice. Kind of feels like back home. The people, Southern hospitality. Everybody I meet's real nice. And then the campus is awesome. All the big oak trees, I like that.
Some history with those oak trees. Those oak trees are protected big time on campus.
Really?
Yeah,
I believe it.
It's different. Georgia's got some nice trees.
Yeah. Not as nice as those oak trees.
Wow. Wow. There you go. You plug in LSU even more, which is good. I saw that your old high school, pronounce it for everybody?
Oconee
County, which is 10 miles from Athens, Georgia, ranked as one of the top 500 high schools academically in the country. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, because they're always talking about how great academically they are.
Tough school, got you ready for college, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about this team, Whit? I mean, you've been around the older guys. You've been around Nuss. You've been around Jaden.
Right.
You got a lot of older guys, not only Omar at your position, but Perkins. It just seems like he's a senior, right?
Oh, right.
But what do you think of this team as a unit and how close you guys are?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a brotherhood there. Everybody, I would say we have a very smart team, offensively and defensively. All the older guys we have know what they're doing, know their assignments, which that'll help you big time. And then just, like you said, the brotherhood of our team, not being around the offensive guys as much, we're still good friends with them as we are with the defensive guys.
Right. It's always intense in practice. You don't want anybody to score on you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're getting it from the house.
It gets hot.
When we come back, I'm going to ask Whit about Matt House, one of the most sought-after coaches in the United States, and he's the D coordinator at LSU. Matt House, we're going to ask Whit about him. We'll be right back.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host of Sports Scouting Report podcast. I'm here with Whit Weeks, linebacker LSU from the state of Georgia. An early enrollee, had a pick-6 touchdown in the spring game. Nobody does that as a true freshman. He's already off to a great start. His brother Wes Weeks is on the team. Want to mention, too, if you get your podcast, go wherever you get it. We're on all the different means for that. And also Twitter, Instagram. We actually have a couple interns helping us with that. And Whit, I just started Instagram. I know that's something you are big in. And then obviously YouTube. If you want to subscribe to us, hit the subscribe button and help us grow. And it's free. And also hit the bell, which I didn't mention the last few shows to get the notices for shows that we do. Later in the week, we got Sid Edwards joining us, the head football coach of Estruma High School. Sid coached Warwick Dunn when he was young, and a bunch of players that went on to play in the NFL. And guess what? Shelton Sampson, who's in the class with Whit, he coached his dad, Shelton Sampson Sr. at Redemptor's High School. They won a state championship. I want to go ahead and go back to Whit. Whit, got to ask you about Matt House. I mean, if you put together a D coordinator list, top 5,
easily,
he's in that top 3 or 2.
Yeah.
And not college ball only, but pro ball. I mean, they stole him from the Chiefs.
Right.
What do you think of Matt House?
He's a genius. That's really the only way to describe it. I mean, he knows more about football than anybody I've ever been around in my whole life. And it's great to have him as my coach because, some of that's rubbing off on me. I'm starting to really understand the game a lot more from him.
So Wes thinks the same thing, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Your dad obviously loves him.
Oh, yeah. They're good
He's a football guy.
Yes, sir.
And I bet they hit it off quick.
They did.
What makes Matt different than other coaches? Whit?
Probably just how long he's been around the game, and everywhere he's been to college ball, pro ball. He's seen both sides of the coin there with pro ball and college ball. So he really understands the game, like I said, more than anybody I've ever been around.
It's easy to learn his teaching because sometimes it's hard.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy. It's
you
not
said
easy.
It's difficult.
It's hard
scheme.
because I mean it's really like a pro defense that we're running. So just the verbiage and everything you got to memorize from checks to calls to where D-line's supposed to be. It's tough, but I mean, it's supposed to be tough.
How hard it is to guard Mason Taylor?
Well, see, he had
Not
that
yet.
shoulder surgery, so
That's
he
right.
didn't get to
Not
play
yet.
in the spring. But I'd imagine it's pretty hard.
Because, I mean, your linebacker and then tight end's really
Right.
the
Yes, sir.
matchup. But having you and West and Penn and Perkins and now Amar, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all not deep, but, man, y'all got a great core of talent there.
Oh, yeah.
Special teams, obviously you're going to be on special teams right away.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
You and the brother maybe at the same time?
That'd be cool. Yeah, I think it's going to happen.
Kick or punt team?
Punt, kickoff, kick return, punt return, pretty much all of them.
In spring, who you thought was the most talented skill guy to defend outside of the quarterbacks? Was there anybody that gave you a try? I know a lot of running backs sat out.
Malik's fast.
Malik, it's good, huh?
He can turn the jets on and he'll be gone in a second.
Good hands, too.
Oh, yeah. He can catch a ball.
What about, I know you got the big tight end Pimpkin coming in from Texas at 6'6".
Right. He's tall.
He'll be tough. Trey Holly came in early.
Holly.
He's pretty strong.
Oh, yeah. He's a strong guy.
Obviously, Josh Williams didn't participate in spring, or Emery and a few other ones. But speaking of quarterback, does anybody have two better quarterbacks on a roster in LSU?
There's no way. There's no way.
I mean, Nuss is a future first-round pick.
Right.
Jaden.
Right.
What do you think of those two guys?
They can sling the rock, I'll tell you that much. They can throw a ball.
And Jaden
can run.
And Nuss can run.
He can move, too.
Who do you like on the O-line? I know you're friends with Bo.
Yeah, Bo,
Will,
Emery.
Campbell, Emery.
We're all pretty good friends, but us and Will and Emery, we all went to the beach for spring break, so we're all pretty close.
Who you think's the strongest O-lineman on the team?
Jeez, they're all so strong. If they get a hold of you,
it's over.
Yeah. They're all strong, I would say. But as far as numbers goes, I don't really know because we work out with the defense.
A couple of people I know wanted me to ask you this question. If Wes Weeks, your brother, never would have came from Virginia, you said you still probably would sign with LSU.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, it still would have been top school.
Because of House, maybe?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, see, so when Wes came here, I think Coach House may have been hired, may not have been hired because he was still – but I know he didn't get here until February because I know the Chiefs made a deep run the year. I guess this was 2022.
Yeah.
Early 2022. So, I mean, Coach House is definitely a huge factor because me and him hit it off pretty well during recruitment.
Now, your high school's famous for quarterbacks. Max Johnson at A&M. You think he'll still be their starter this coming year?
I think so.
And then your buddies with his brother Jake.
Jake, yes, sir.
Tight end.
Oh, yeah.
And Zach Mettenberger, who you said you remember when you were little.
Right.
Who played at LSU.
Right. Also, Zeb Nolan, he played it.
Did he?
Remember the dude he played for South Carolina. He was the GA.
He played at your school?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
That was my old coach's son.
So this is like quarterback you and linebacker you.
Right.
Tony Taylor played in the NFLs from the same school. Adam Frazier, MLB, starter outfielder in the Major League Baseball. Adam Frazier went to the school. It's crazy with these quarterbacks, but it's going to be weird if Max starts, right? Because if he's starting and Jake is starting and you're playing, that's going to be wild for you and Wes,
awesome.
right?
That'd be awesome. I'd love to play against them.
You think you can sack
I hope so. Hopefully
Max?
I'll get one.
You can outrun
yes,
Max.
I think so. I haven't ran against him since like my freshman year, but
right. You just look faster than he does. I mean, he moves okay. What do you think the hardest adjustment is if a high school kid's watching today to adjust to college, coming out of high school, being all state,
right?
And then you get to a big LSU or Georgia. What's the biggest adjustment?
Definitely just mentally. It's so tough mentally. As far as your schedule goes, you have no off time. And then you get into the defense and you're just like, holy cow, how am I ever going to learn this? You really just have to put in so many hours outside of football studying your playbook, which you've already been studying for an hour and a half in a meeting. And then just realizing that everybody else here is all state too. You're not going to walk in and be the best one on campus right away. You got to work for everything.
You like to fish and hunt?
Yes, sir.
You said also that food. What is your favorite food here?
Crawfish, easily. I love
Were you eating crawfish before?
A little bit, not as much as here, but like we'd have crawfish bowls every now and then.
Is it etouffee also, or just crawfish?
I enjoy
Craw-
etouffee, but crawfish are definitely my favorite.
So you're hooked on it.
Oh yeah. I mean, me and Wes would go get them once a week when it was peak season.
Potatoes, sausage, all that stuff.
Corn, everything, mushrooms,
Done deal.
everything.
Coach Kelly, what do you think of Coach Kelly?
About the same as Coach House. I mean, football genius. He really knows how to run a program. I mean, look at how far he took us last year. Western Division champions, SEC champions. We're looking to go even further this year.
Scored almost 100 on Purdue.
Right.
What do you think of his discipline? He's so organized, I hear.
Oh yeah. I mean, everything he does is right, spot on. I mean, nothing gets under his. I mean, he's on it.
If you were just going to guesstimate a number, let's say by fall, Coach Flint does a great job in the weight room. How many 400 bench presses you think the team will have by September?
Oh goodness,
There's a bunch of big boys.
We already have so many, but
20.
Because I don't even know how many we have right now, but yeah, probably 20.
That's
Definitely around 20.
That's a strong team.
Yeah.
Who is the fastest? You said Malik Neighbors right now. We'll see Aaron Anderson in the fall,
Right.
who sat out.
Right.
But you said Malik is.
He's fast.
And he
I think Chris Hilton's the fastest on the team. He can move.
We got to ask you about West. He just went to Africa for how many days?
I think they were there for a week.
A week.
Yes, sir.
Is it Senegal or
Senegal.
Senegal.
They were in Dakar.
Never happened before with LSU players.
I know.
What was it, 9 of them? Bo Bordelon.
I think it was 15 of them.
15?
Yes, sir.
And your brother went, and he just got back, and what an experience. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, everybody I've talked to who's been there, like, it was the most incredible experience they've ever had. I mean, they went out to, like, little tribes and got to dance with them and just learn their culture, and then they also shared a little bit of our culture with them.
And they got an NBA academy there.
Right.
I saw them shooting hoops.
Yes, sir.
And then they had a weight room, I noticed.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess Coach Kelly's like, you need to get your weights
Still,
in.
yeah, Coach Flint's probably
Flint.
calling them saying, y'all better keep working out.
I saw bench presses and all that, which is great. Anything you'd like to tell any recruits that are watching, any parents about the recruiting, the process now? And because a lot of people, if you're not offered as a sophomore, people get discouraged. I'm like, it's too early.
Right.
Just let it play out and have fun, right?
Right. Well, I didn't have any big offers till my junior year.
See?
Midway through junior year, late junior year. And, I mean, you don't have to make a decision till December if you don't want to, but I'd make your decision before senior year so you could enjoy senior year and not have to travel every weekend.
Are you a fan of any other LSU sports programs?
Oh, yeah, all of them. I mean, I support them all. Baseball team, I enjoy going over
go
to
to any of the games?
Yes, sir.
What do you think of Kim Mulkey?
We went to some. So me and Slade actually went to the Tennessee game. I think they were playing Tennessee. Whatever game that it was a whiteout, and they sold it out. There's 15,000 people there. It's
wild.
It was loud in there too.
Reminds you of the Tennessee Vols when they had Pat Summitt, the old Pat Summitt coach. But man, I really enjoyed talking to you, and you're going to be a phenomenal player here, and you and West, and maybe Zach one day. Three brothers at one time.
So.
You want to give a plug out to any family member or anybody that gets you where you are today? Anybody that had a big impact?
Oh yeah, all of them. My dad, my mom, grandparents, all of them. My dad pushed me to work hard every single day, and my mom too. She was always on me about working hard. She would never let me slack up either. So, thank y'all.
And we've got some pizza ready after the show. I think Whit's going to like from the Giulio Brothers Italian Restaurant. We hope everybody enjoyed the show. Again, subscribe for free. Hit the bell. Go wherever you get your podcasts. Go to Twitter, go to Instagram, and YouTube. Catch us. We'll also have Sid Edwards join us later this week. The head football coach at Estruma. He coached at Redemptorist, won a state championship, coached at Central, coached at Jesuit. I don't know if he was there with Foster Morrow, but I think he was right before, former LSU tight end, who's now with the Saints. But I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see everybody on Friday.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee King.